Hi friends, I'm here to record a short video now, and this video is going to be on psychic attacks. Okay, so see, this twin flame journey is not a fairy tale. Okay, it's grounding the fifth dimensional structures here on 3D through the right understanding of our true nature. Because when you are carrying that light of true knowledge, things fall into alignment, people fall into alignment right in front of you. But this is a very dangerous journey, because this is about not just one twin flame pair and their story. This is about an entire mission that we came here to do. Okay, to free as many humans as we can free them. So naturally the dark forces, they don't want their energy source to get lost. Okay, they are not willing to lose one human soul. They will fight for that soul, they will manipulate for that soul, because that soul is a source of energy for them, because they don't have universal energy. They're disconnected from source energy. Remember that. It's like that AI. So my point is, when you reach the last stages of the Kundalini ascension, when you're clearing the ancestral karma, when you're clearing your ancestral karma, and when you're clearing your twin ancestral karma, you're coming close to that moksha state, you're coming close to that liberation state. There are psychic attacks, man, there are psychic attacks. Okay, and it's like they are able to psychically attack you only because of the karmic blockages, otherwise they have no power over you. No power over you. That is why it is advised, that is why it is advised to spend at least minimum 1 hour in sadhana daily, minimum, and maximum, if possible, 2 hours. When you're managing your daily lifestyle, you're managing other things as well. There are a lot of people, they are into spiritual sadhana full time. Okay, but we are not like that. We have to manage our lives, and we have to manage this journey as well. So with a lot of difficulty, we managed to find 1 hour or maybe 2 hours. Okay, so what happens is, karmic blockages are cleared in batches. Okay, so it's like, when, see, these blockages are cleared during lunar eclipses. Okay, these blockages are majorly cleared during solar eclipses. Okay, and depending on what karma you are carrying more, whether you are carrying more masculine karma or more feminine karma, so like that the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse will affect you. Some people, lunar eclipse affects greatly. For me it doesn't so much, because I'm very good with the feminine energies in my body, so I don't get so many triggers and stuff like that. Okay, but solar eclipses affect me a lot. Sharing something personal about me, because of course I'm the divine feminine, and my blockages have got to do mostly with the divine masculine, so naturally solar eclipse will be my issue, right? So my point is, when these blockages are downloaded into your physical reality from the causal body, they are not downloaded. See, it's sanchit karma, and then it turns into prarabdha. Okay, and for those people who have Saturn in the 8th house or Saturn in Scorpio, okay, for these people, the karmic clearing is one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. Okay, and it means that until the entire Scorpio or 8th how stuff is cleared, okay, you don't find that kind of a stability in life, okay, because you have to do a lot of work, okay, or there is a limit up till 36, up till 36. So up till 36 you have all that clearing process that you have to do in your life, and then you can go on to stability. Now up till 36 how much stuff you clear, that is up to you, but for us to inflame up till 36 we have to clear everything, we have to clear everything. So imagine the intensity of the karmic blockages that are downloaded one after the other, okay, just imagine, okay, and imagine the intensity of the psychic attacks, okay. So this is what happens, they can psychically attack you only because of the karmic, ancestral and collective karma, any past karma that you're carrying that blocks those chakras within yourself, and those divine masculine aspects within yourself. So for this reason sadhana is recommended, okay, along with sadhana balancing your divine masculine, okay. So on one hand you keep your masculine aspects balanced, you keep your feminine aspects balanced, and on the other hand you spend regular time in sadhana. These are the two ways to combat the psychic attacks, okay. And remember one thing, your soul family, your galactic family is always with you, okay. Whether you are ascended twin flame or whether you are a 3D twin flame, whether you are on the spiritual path, you always have a team of guides, you always have a team of guides, okay. And depending on your level of evolution that team changes, okay. So when it comes to psychic attacks, okay, when it comes to psychic attacks, when it comes to psychic attacks, these are your two tools, okay, balancing your masculine and feminine energies and doing sadhana, because it is only in sadhana that your kundalini clears the blockages. It clears the, if you have a horizon kundalini, like if your Merkaba is activated and your Kundalini is arisen and you're holding that, then the blocks get cleared day and night. They just get cleared. Okay, this happens especially for starseeds. You're continuously getting the downloads, man. That's why people like us are called ADD, because we can't focus on a task, because our mind drifts into those realms. Yeah, until the unconscious is made conscious, because people like us cannot hold the unconsciousness. you know that is our first priority, because the systems are designed like that. We cannot help it. But for the rest, for whom this kundalini is not in a horizon state, for you have to take time out an hour or two, okay. You have to take time out an hour or two and do your sadhana, go into those states, okay. You have to go into those states, and that is when your kundalini arises. When you go into that specific meditation, like your guru has taught you, or you're doing your own meditation, it is during that meditation that your kundalini rises and your blockages get cleared, okay. For people like us, it's like all day and night, all day and night. And there are ascension systems, there are the weirdest ascension symptoms. Sometimes you can't sleep, sometimes you oversleep, and I can't share everything, but there are some really strange ascension symptoms, very strange ascension symptoms. But this journey is only for the brave ones. This journey is only for the brave ones, because you have to be an example in society. In the recent incidents that have been happening in my reality, I've been seeing a lot of the distorted masculine template. What the masculine energy on our planet has really become and what it was supposed to be. You know, it is polarized, it is selfish, and it is in a survival state. So you don't get to see the divine masculine aspect of a man. Okay, generally I'm talking. It's very distorted, it's very polarized, it's very contractual kind of. So to it is to clean out all the karmic debris in the collective mind that we came here and we took on these blocks, because when we transmute these blocks, it's like the whole collective consciousness gets cleared. And not only do we transmute these blocks, we hold that transmuted state, which synchronizes the rest of the consciousness into this level. It heals the distorted masculine. That is your mission, to heal the distorted masculine. And when you're talking to this other masculine, there is the personality version that is talking to you, and then there's the soul version that can recognize you. It's very interesting. It's very interesting because you're talking to two people at the same time. And while one is resisting what you're doing, what you're trying to do, your goal in the moment, the other shows up with so much love and respect, because it is multidimensional communication, right? So the plans fail. At that moment, the plans fail, and a different flow takes over. For that reason, you need to hold the balance. If you are polarized, you are going to get that kind of a version of a person. Okay, so you need to be in that aligned state. Okay, so we have to take risks. We have to take risks. This is not just about taking risks to be with your twin. Okay, you're taking risks for the collective masculine, because in these few days I got to see the pain of the collective masculine. Okay, and then I realized that it was worth it. In their normal state, people don't show you their pain, but if you look into their eyes, if you look into their gestures, okay, you can see the pain that the collective masculine is carrying. And your twin has it, your twin carries it. And in the process of healing your twin, you're changing those templates for the collective. So yeah, the end stages are very dangerous of this process. The end stages are very dangerous, both psychically and physically. Very dangerous. So you have to walk in balance. If you lose the balance, you'll fall down this tightrope, because it's a tightrope walk. And during the end stages, as much as danger and risk is there for your life, that much guidance also is there. That much your guides are with you. So it's not that it's a very risky phase, the last stage, because last stage is when your third eye opens, right? And it's like it's a stage where your twin has awakened. The twin has awakened, the masculine has awakened, but he has not balanced. His kundalini is not risen. Kundalini doesn't rise out of the blue. It takes years of preparation for it. At least minimum 2 years it will take. At least 1 year it will take. Only after 1 year of preparation minimum it can rise. Otherwise it can't rise. It will be too much for the psyche. The person can go crazy. Can lose their mental balance. So as much as risk and danger there is for your life during the final phases of this process, that much guidance and support you also have. Guidance regarding the right decisions, guidance regarding the process. So guidance regarding the next steps of the process, the right decisions, the next steps of the process, where you're going in the process. And love, just pure love. And if you have your third eye open slightly, you can feel it. And while there are psychic attacks, there's so much support coming from your galactic family also. So you have both the streams, the light and the dark, playing out simultaneously. So I'll keep updating you, I'll keep sharing with you all such things. Okay, but remember that you have to face the last stages. But just be brave and just hold on. And any damages that can happen during this time are totally worth it, number one. And number two, the damage can only happen if you lose the balance and if you don't follow the guidance. As long as you're following the guidance and you're walking in balance, you are safe. So follow your guidance and do your sadhana, because that is the only way to clear the karmic blockages. See, when you call on the goddess now, the goddess can manifest physically, but it also manifests in your body as the karmic clearing. Because when you're having the psychic attacks, you call on the goddess, right? You call on the goddess. And the goddess protects you by clearing your blockages and cutting those cords. Because unless you're having a karmic cord to someone, nobody can enter your reality. It's like the doorway. If the cord is cut, the door is closed. So that is how Kundalini works, it works in your system. And that's how it protects you. And it works on the external also, because the external is a projection. It's just a projection. So if you want some changes in the external, you'll have to fix the karmic blockages and cut the cords within, which is what the goddess Durga does. Okay. So this is my video for you all regarding the last stages of the twin flame process, before your third eye opens and before you balances. The number synchronicities are there, the songs are there, and it's like, a lot of support but a lot of danger. Okay, so I will leave you with that. That was me trying to encourage you all to go on to the twin flame journey. I don't mean to scare you all, although it is scary, because when you stand up for the truth, it's always scary. And if you're not able to stand up for the truth, you're not a twin flame. But take it easy, go at your own pace, love yourself, forgive yourself, and just take one step at a time. Okay, so I'll see you some other time. Bye for now.